Yo,
What's up, Brozinski?
just
How you doing
chilling.
tonight? Chilling like the super villain.
So you had a good Halloween, huh?
You know what, dude? We had a great Halloween. Actually, we did the whole trick or treat at the golf course. We had a haunted golf cart barn, and was having fun. We had 200, 300 people show up, and man, dude, we were cruising through. I wonder if I can. Here, let me look here real quick just to see if we can't find some photos
Good
of the
evening
event.
Good evening, Joan Chapman. Happy Tuesday.
Dude, I gotta tell you, I make a wicked good Jason. It was almost freaky how good it was, man.
Freaky Deaky Tina, Chad,
I'm not gonna lie.
Jerry. Yeah. Veronica, Terry.
We got somebody's cell phone going off in the back here.
Sandy, Heavy Metal Mark, and Robert Lawless. Lisa. You have been MIA, but you are back. There we go. Nice.
All right. So let me see here. I'm kind of looking through some photos here. In fact, why don't I just share it with them at home, right?
Yeah.
How about we do a share screen? Chrome tab. We'll go here. Go here. Can you see that all right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's blow it up so that it's not small. So this is what we had going, dude. And had about 300 people show up. We had a big light show. Patrick from the State Line Band brought in all his fog machines and light equipment. We had big PA. We had a 35-foot screen outside, like a movie theater screen, playing Halloween on it. It was pretty badass.
Mike, Roland, Dale.
So yeah, everybody's showing up except for the guests, Robby.
Yeah, that's pretty weak. I sent him a text. Yeah, sent him a couple of texts. He should have been on. I probably should have texted him a little earlier. Let's see if he's a.
So, Chad, how you doing, brother? That's the best voice in radio right there, Chad Hartson. Dude, I'm telling you, a lot of people go on and on about my radio voice. This guy is legit up there in Gearing, Nebraska. He's a badass in radio. Big shout out to Chad. Thanks for joining us, brother. Char, Jennifer, Jerry. We got all kinds of people showing up.
Matthew, Chad. Lauren.
Sandy, it was freaking awesome, man. I literally made a woman pee her pants for real. I was walking with a machete behind her, and I was dragging it on the concrete, and it was sparking, and it was like all foggy, and the music was going, and she turned around, dude, and she wet herself. So we gave her a place to go get cleaned up, you know. Hell yeah, thanks, Chad. I appreciate you, my brother, big time. So apparently, Faster Pussycat, Brent Muscat couldn't.
I don't know what the deal is. We talked earlier, or did we text? Or text, I should say, yeah. So I'm not sure what the deal is. We did get the email, right?
Oh, you got the email twice, brother. So yeah, no excuses.
I said 2 emails myself. Let me double check his email address. Yep, that would be correct.
Yeah, maybe he got the wrong time. Who knows? Chad says give him his number and he'll call him. Right on, Chad. You ready for this? 818. I'm just playing. I'm playing. I guess you can all see my son back there tending to the fire behind us. It's freaking cold out here tonight, man. I've been textified.
Yeah, it's been a little colder here. I kind of like it because my studio is nice and cooler. Anita, he's on Vegas time. Give him about an hour.
Right? Yeah. Well, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, yeah. Who knows? Faster Pussycat, great band, absolutely 2-time gold record winning band. Obviously, they had a gold record for their self-titled album, and then another one in 1989 for "Wake Me Up When It's Over." Sorry, trying to read some notes without glasses here sucks. I'm getting old, bro.
Nah, don't say that.
Shannon says, "Dang, that's what must have been some scary stuff for her to pee." I think it was actually. It was a pretty good freak show going on there that night. Lisa got some snow. Jerry Wayne Yoakum, what's up, brother? How you doing? Stop that, Matt. What did I do, Chad? All right. So
it snowed in Michigan already. Ooh, dang!
I know, right?
Yes, it is that time of year. 39 degrees in Virginia. Yep, getting a little cooler here. I like it because then it gets all the way down to 60.
Yeah, you guys get really cold at 60, 62 degrees there. Yeah.
We'll probably get into the 50s, like the mid 50s.
Chad says I need to stop saying I'm old. All right, brother. You know,
you become what you believe in and what comes off your lips. 39 in Amarillo. Holy cow.
Ooh, in Amarillo. Finally cooling down in Arizona. Yeah, it's been hot there ever since the election.
Alan.
Been on fire.
Darn sweet, it snowed there once. It snowed there more than once. It snowed on Christmas Day a couple of times, actually on Christmas Day.
Lori got a kick out of that one. Good
tomorrow. Oh, it's warming up. It says warning up here tomorrow. Anita, what you mean warming? Probably 44 degrees in Wyoming and cooling off. Wow.
Right. Wyoming. What part of Wyoming, Shannon?
40.
I used to work in Torrington, Wyoming. I am younger than you, Jerry, and I remember that daily. Makes me happy sometimes. All right. Well, so I guess we'll just do a bro show tonight.
Yeah, we'll just hang for a little bit and then just see if he jumps in. If not, what's the salute you got? Nikki Six lives in Wyoming. Yeah.
Nikki Six does live in Wyoming.
Hey, you know,
over
those
by
rock
Jackson
star
Hole.
Guys. He's probably
Jackson
passed out in the alley.
Well, you know, he came from that era.
It's true.
You're talking to your director, and he says it's been chilly in LA, huh? Director of what, Lisa?
Yes, director of what?
What you got working, girl? Let us in on it. You need a cameo by Drake and Robby.
Yeah.
Why does my name say Big Daddy Drake, bro? Are you messing with my name again?
I can't control it from my end. That's you on your end.
Come on.
Boise was sunny and warm enough to put the top down today. The top. Char's putting her top down. Dang, Char. Woo. Okay. The D3 is good for you, right?
Yes, yes,
there
it is.
Because of the Tetons, the Grand Tetons. Metal Edge magazine is coming back, huh? That I didn't hear.
You want to mess with my name? I got you.
Easy.
Lovely Lochner.
Chris Holmes. Chris Holmes could be interesting.
Right, right.
It could be interesting. I met him
back,
years
Dixie.
ago. He wouldn't remember me though because he was pretty trashed.
No, you don't say.
Yeah, you know. It's been kind of pleasant here in Southeast Texas.
Yeah, you're over on the other side of the state, Blair. Why didn't you take some tickets to go to Billy Bob's, Blair? I could have gave you that and some Six Flags up in Dallas. Made a weekend of it.
Love me with your top down.
Right. Friend's cousin, L.A. Sean Fodder.
Something to do with L.A. Guns for a while. Maybe invite him for a show.
Yeah.
Jump fodder.
Fodder. Hello, fodder.
Fodder for good tolls.
Hello, fodder.
Wow. I don't know if we've ever straight been dissed ever on the show, huh? And we've had like real rock stars on here, like guys like legit.
That was a
like
backhanded slam right there, brother. We've had real rock stars on here.
Hey, come on, Don McLean, Don Dokken, Bill Leverty, Joey Allen. We've had some great guys. I mean, list the people. Tell me.
Brian May.
Yeah.
Peace out to all you who are leaving and all of you who are coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's just Robby and Drake tonight. And we're going to
be
keep calm and kill zombies. So I need some input. So this year the haunted house that we did out at the golf course was cool. It was cool. But what I'm thinking next year, bro, and I want everybody out there to tell me what you guys think. I want to get like a haunted tour of the actual golf course where you're like a haunted hayride, and you give the people in the hay in the wagon paintball guns, and you make it like a zombie course. You have zombies coming out from and they get to shoot them with paintballs. Now I know I got to pay these people well, aka my son Brandon sitting over there. Isn't that right, Brandon?
Yeah. Shoot me.
Dude, wouldn't that be cool though, to be able to go like on a live zombie hunt?
I might just come out for that.
Right?
Shoot me some zombies.
Dana says yes, let's do it. I want to do it. I'm down with you, Dana. I'm thinking that would be cool.
In. Dixie, Amy.
Shoot them in the middle of their backswing.
Vincent.
Dude, I do want to do a day where we do tackle golf.
Daring Greatly. I never heard of Daring Greatly, no.
Robby's not staying with the conversation with me.
Oh, I was following that. What did you say about shooting somebody in the back? That was Matthew.
Chad wants me to interview Robby. So, Robby.
Yes.
Growing up in Arizona, was there a lot of music at home? How did your parents back you, and did they back you? Were they? Yeah, Robby is a rock star, Chad. Damn straight. So tell us about coming up in Arizona, bro. Big old Tucson, like Lori Ness says.
There was music in the house, but we were not playing it when I was younger. We were just listening to 45s and stuff. Then one day, I still have this guitar. My mom bought a guitar for a course she was taking at the U of A, little acoustic guitar. And then my brother started playing it 6 months before me. And then he started me, 2 other brothers, and a bunch of neighborhood kids the same day. I was the guy who got up the next day and kept playing and was looking in the mirror, trying to look cool doing it. No, but I picked it up the next day and kind of kept running with it. And that guitar, I kept that thing with me it played great, a little cheap thing called an Ariana. And I still have it somewhere in one of these closets. They're not in here, there's no closets, but I took it everywhere for years and years.
Really?
So that's how it started. I picked up one song and then just kind of kept going. And,
so you were trying to look cool in front of the mirror, like, how do I look? Because, dude, I
was just kidding. But the room that we all learned in had just happened to be a big mirror there. But I don't think I could even focus on that at that point. I was just trying to focus on what I learned. I was just trying to repeat it till I got it.
Right. Robert Lawless wants to know what's in the lovely Lochner's family fridge.
In the fridge right now, oh boy, there's lots of stuff. There's wheat germ. Like what?
That's all you know.
No, there's grape drink. There's milk. There's grape drink. We got there's bacon in there. There was turkey.
Bacon.
I ate some turkey today.
Bacon. You must be living on high on the hog.
No, I don't eat it. Michael does. I ate the turkey today. Cheese, tortillas.
Nice. So Chad wants to know, how did you end up playing for Great White?
That was through a former drummer named Derek Pontier. I met him at a NAMM jam I was doing when I was playing with this band, Dig Jelly. We played at this NAMM show party that was down the street, and Dario Satius brought him down to that jam, and we were playing, and in the set break, Dario introduced me to Derek, and the three of us talked. It's like, hey, why don't we jam? So the three of us got up and played like a mini set. I forget what we did, AC/DC, whatever. We probably did about 8 or 9 songs, and it was kind of cool. And then we kept in touch. And then Derek called me shortly after that and said, hey, you want to come out and meet Jack in the desert? He's in the desert and he wants to do his solo band. And I was going, sure, let's go. So he came over here to my house, picked me up, and drove me and Dario out to the desert where Jack was living. Now, Jack had just gotten over his surgery, and he was in no shape to be performing. So we went there and actually met Heather that night too. And they weren't married. But we hung out that evening and talked about his band. And I thought, I don't know about this, just because, Jack knows the story. So he doesn't remember the story, but I've told it. So actually, I went back out by myself the following week to hang with Jack, which he doesn't remember, and hung with him all day on a Saturday, and nothing really happened.
He doesn't remember.
It's not going to, no, he doesn't, because then about 6 months later, which is like 10 years ago, right about now, pretty close to now, Dario called me up, and he'd been keeping in touch with Jack and said that he goes, Jack's doing a lot better. He's ready to play. Come on out and hang out with him. Well, Jack had since bought a boat, and he was in Redondo Beach, and he had gotten married to Heather. And Dario had been playing him some of my videos. He played him Can of Whoop Ass, and I think Rondo a la Turca or something like that. And so they had it on the big screen, and they played it. And he's like, wow, yeah, have him come in. And so I came over to his boat, walked in, and literally looked up at me. He goes, yeah, you kind of look familiar. I'm like, yeah, we hung out all day one time, and another time we hung out all night. I was like, wow, okay. And plus, he'd been watching my videos, so maybe he thought I looked familiar because of the videos. So it was actually kind of funny. But it was that night that he said, just a bunch of stuff had gone down, and he goes, do you want to join Great White? And I was actually pretty hesitant. I was like, I don't know. I was just kind of like, but I wasn't going to say no. So I said, yeah, okay, all right. And I'm thinking, yeah, whatever. Let's see. I didn't think anything would come of it, honestly. And so I went home. I think that was on a Friday night or a Saturday night. Maybe it was a Saturday. And then literally on Monday, I saw this thing in somebody sent me a thing. There was like this article somewhere. It must have been probably Blabber Butt or whatever it is, Blabbermouth. And then he said Jack Russell starts Great White or whatever the thing was, and it had my name in there, and it was spelled right, which generally doesn't happen. So I thought, oh, I guess we are going to do this. And then we did the first show with Evan playing guitar, kind of a show, not really, but sort of. It was Jack's kind of return in Redondo Beach. And then we played in Florida as the first really official show. And I tell you what, those first 6 months, every single show was sold out. Kid you not, every single show, until we ended up doing a tour called the America Rocks Tour. And that was with Faster Pussycat, Bullet Boys, and God, I should know I'm spacing out their name. They're a bunch of cool guys, though. But boy, after that, the bottom kind of fell out. Nobody was coming to the shows. I mean, it was kind of a mistake for us to do because we were doing so well. And then for some reason, when we did this tour, it just was weird. So then it kind of dropped down, and the band slowly crawled back up. And the band is obviously, well, to me, obviously doing very well now. And it's been 10 years.
Damn. All right. So side question here, kind of left field. Kim wants to know, how did you and Jessica meet, and was it love at first sight?
Actually, it was kind of a I don't know if you'd call it a coincidence, because I don't believe in coincidences. I guess it was fate. She came into the music store I was teaching in. It was a store called Padrini Music, and Padrini Music had been around since 1931. And they actually, yes, they actually went out of business in 2015. Now, the woman who ran it married the guy who started it, but she was way younger than him when she married him. She was like 40 years younger than him. By the time I was teaching for her, she was already older. But that's, you know, whatever. So one day she walked in with her son. He's my boy now. But they were looking for a metronome. His guitar teacher had sent him in to Padrini to get a metronome. And it just so happened on that day, I had a break right at that time. And normally I don't. I was busy all day long. And I walked out in the store, and a lot of times I don't. I'll just sit in the back room and I would play. But instead I walked out and they came walking in, and I saw him and I started talking to him and helped him get his metronome and advised him not to buy a guitar there. I know, you know, shouldn't do that, but I couldn't see people. Their guitars were cheap. Sorry if there's any Padrinis listening, but come on, some of those guitars were cheap. And so he, then he started talking about his lessons, and he'd been taking lessons for 6 months or whatever. And he wanted to learn Smoke on the Water really bad. And I'm looking and going, what? He said his teacher told him he was not ready for Smoke on the Water. I'm like, are you kidding me? You come back in and we'll learn Smoke on the Water. So what happened was they came back in later that afternoon and he learned Smoke on the Water. Then he started coming in for lessons regularly. And it's funny because at that time I had this shirt that had Bart written on it. It was like this fancy kind of blue and whitish shirt that like a gas station shirt. And it just so happened that his teacher's name was Bart. So when he came in, he freaked out, didn't say anything to me, but said something to his mom. I found out later that, oh, does he know Bart? Because I'm wearing a shirt with the name Bart on it. I was like, no, I didn't know Bart.
But, so where was she originally from, brother? They want to know where's Jessica originally from?
Central Valley.
She's a Valley girl.
But it's Central Valley. It's not like Valley, like the Valley girl. It's like Central California. It's halfway between here and San Francisco. No, but if you're asking where her family is from, Michoacan.
Michoacan?
We used to get some Michoacan when we were in high school. Yeah, man.
We heard Cheech talk about that.
Huh? That was a little bit of an upgrade.
Right, but that was the good stuff.
She's from the Central Valley, still has family out there in Avenel. Literally take the 5 halfway there. If you blink, you'll miss the exit. There's one exit. There's one traffic light in the town. You can't even see the town from the freeway. So
Amy Turk wants.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Amy Turk wants to know if you played the Couch House in San Juan Capistrano.
The Coach House. It's not a couch house. Yes, many a times. Let me see. Did she say couch or coach?
Right there on the screen.
Oh, yeah, it's the Couch House. Yeah, I like that.
That's like the couching.
I'm going, yeah. Many times. Couch. I played it with Jack quite a few times, but before that, I played it doing instrumental stuff. I actually did a show there one time where I had some of my students, these little kids playing. The kid's now grown up and doesn't play anymore, but he was pretty good. He's like a 10-year-old, and he had a band with his brothers, and they played. So I played there quite a few times prior to playing there with Jack, and played there with Jack every year till 2000. We haven't played there since 2017, I want to say. They're mad at us.
Why?
They're mad at Jack.
Why?
I don't know. He was like, come on, people, get over it.
Did he say some bad things? Did he get a little vulgar?
No. It wasn't that. It was actually, I guess I can tell the truth. It was in June back in 2018. He was told by his doctor he needed to have vocal rest because he was feeling something weird in his voice. And they say, you need to not talk. And he literally did not talk for 2 weeks. So they said, don't talk. And then let's see how it is. And after 2 weeks, he was like, okay, they're good. Let him go back out. But it's like, he's not the first singer in the history of time to have had to have vocal rest. It happens. Guys have surgery on nodes and all kinds of different stuff that happens. They were upset about it for some reason. I'm like, really? There's no reason to be upset about it. He did that. He held to it. He didn't talk for 2 weeks. And you know how hard that is for Jack? Come on now.
Yeah, come on.
So, but he was good.
Requires duct tape.
And he was, yeah.
Veronica says, yes, very true. I remember that, actually. Amy says, the Coach House is my stomping ground. Met Teddy there. Why, I've known the bartender there for 30 years, and he knows everything I can ask him. That's cool.
Yeah,
and he's been there for 30 years? Good Lord.
He would know that it's about time they get over it and get him back in there, or get us back in there. And we like playing there. I mean, it's cool. It's a fun venue. It's small, but it's intimate, and the sound is good. And it's got all those, like, what do you call them? Because it's one level down with all the tables, but then there's little box seats kind of indoors, where people rent these little rooms that they can stay in for the night. And it's pretty cool.
That's badass.
And we had sold it out the time before we played the last time. So they gave us a raise. And it was sold out again for our show. Maybe that's why they were upset that it was sold out. And there was people trying to get tickets for it, and which was great. But it's like, okay, it's sold out. Maybe you should bring us back and let's have some fun. They'll get over it
eventually.
And eventually, I mean, we're playing. We got a lot of good gigs, so it is what it is.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. So Chad says, thanks for the backstory, Robbie. I think it is very cool that your paths crossed with Jack. He's been a huge Great White fan, especially since the Ian Hunter's cover of Once Bitten, Twice Shy. Right on, Chad. That's badass, baby.
Yeah, I think that it's just fate that that Jack and I met, and the things worked out the way they did. Because really, when it started off, it was just, for me, is very hesitant on everything. And then as it just progressed slowly, it just changed. And each little thing just was a step in, like, pushing me more and more, I could just think of every little detail from me being on that side of the stage that I am, how that worked out to doing the record and writing the record with him, the first record, and, just every little thing, our friendship, how the friendship has developed over time. And there's just a lot of details in just every little thing. And now it's kind of like we've known each other forever, so it's one of those things when you feel that way, was kind of destined to be, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know if people understand that, if anybody else feels that way when some people and you just met them, even maybe not that long ago. Man, it feels like I've known them forever. You almost like you couldn't imagine having not been friends or not knowing the person, because it's just meant to be.
So I've got a question in here. I just passed it. Did you actually listen to Great White back in the 80s? Were you a fan of the band?
Well, I mean, I've heard their songs. Honestly, I didn't really listen to hardly anybody back at that time. So
really?
No, because I was into my thing, and I was trying to do, it was like, the old, I got to try and be, try and do our thing and be original. I mean, which we were, but, and I certainly was aware of, I actually knew of Jack before I knew of the band. He had sang on Herman Rarebell's first release, Herman Z. German. And I heard him, I was like, man, this guy's MF, a mofo.
Right.
And Dawkins was on there too. And there was, some great tracks on there. But I was familiar with some stuff, because if I turn on the radio and listen, the one song that I knew from them was Face the Day.
Right.
Oddly enough. And I guess it was more of a regional hit. I thought it was one of their bigger hits. I didn't know. When we started playing with them, I was like, okay, we got to play that one, So, I honestly did not own any albums from any bands in the 80s. But, I would listen to MTV. So if I hear their song on MTV, just like Warrant or Bon Jovi or Def Leppard, I would hear them and hear their music. So it was kind of like, really, they were like the same to me as that, like Motley Crue.
Right.
Everybody.
Yeah.
It was kind of the same thing. I had gotten to a point where I just listened to nobody.
Wendy wants to know if you guys are going to make another album.
Well, I sure hope so. We've got songs that it's just, it's been kind of a little bit on hiatus at the moment, but yeah, that's the plan.
Right on, brother. Right on. So you got some catalog ready to go though?
Not enough. We've got about half of it. We could get the rest of it probably pretty quick. It's just we had been so busy up to a point. It gets hard when you're out every week, and then it's like you got to get ready for the next week. And we should have been doing it during COVID, but he didn't really want to write through Zoom, which I was like, no, I'm okay with it. We did it one time and we made progress. But I mean, I know he likes to be here in person and be able to, I get it. There's something to be sitting in the room where the magic happens, but got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, absolutely. What's going on with the book? Have you heard anything about the book, the guest list?
The book? Oh, that's not the name of the book.
It's not.
That's the name of the movie. That I couldn't tell you because I've heard it's coming out for the last, I don't know how many years it's supposed to be coming out. And there's always something that's changed. Now it's going to be there's so much film and so much editing to do. They're going to do a series of stuff. And I really don't know the answer to that one. But the book, that one is Kate. She's writing it. Jack has gone through 3. She's the third writer. There was each writer just kind of dropped the ball and flaked out and whatever. And I kept telling Jack, you got to get Kate. It's Chip Z'Nuff's wife. And I met her at a gig some number of years ago. And I was like, oh, she's a writer? I was going, no. I told Jack, I go, you know what? You should get her. I kept telling her, you should get her. I bet she'd be really good for this. And he finally did. And as far as I know, it's really close. I talked to her, I don't know, about a month ago, I want to say, a little bit about the book and stuff. And it was pretty close. I think most of it was done. They were just trying to wrap up some stuff. So I don't know how long it takes for the publishing and all that to get done, but it will be coming out. That one, I'm pretty confident will be coming out.
Shar wants to know who is the most prominent rock star you've met. Funny enough, I've probably met larger names than you have.
Probably.
But who's the most prominent you've met?
Prominent? I mean, there's a few guys. I mean, I played with Halford. Halford's pretty prominent in my mind.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of these guys, I mean, look at Doc, and I like Doc, and he would be prominent in, his own Robbie Krieger. Who
we're in talks with, right, to get him out here, get him on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Talks doesn't mean it's going to happen, but there's talks.
It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but if he says he's going to be here, guess what? I bet he will.
Absolutely. I bet he'd actually show up, not like some skis bags piece of, never mind.
Yeah. Rockstar. So
yeah,
hey,
whatever.
Maybe he got in a car wreck. We don't know. But if he didn't, he's just dissing us. You know what I got to say about that? Yeah. So, but I mean, I met Gene Simmons, had a really good talk with Gene back in about 98 or so. He was going to he wanted to produce a band I was in. He was interested, or producing and signing them and stuff, us, I should say. And he happened to go out to this place. Oh God, I can't think of the name of it. It was in downtown Burbank, new club. Lenita Erickson was playing, and I was going to play for Lenita that night, but the producer I was working with didn't want me to do it, so I didn't. But Gene showed up, and I was like, "Oh, there's Gene," and we started talking, and he knew who I was, and it was actually an interesting conversation. I mean, he was pretty cool. I mean, he was a little bit like, looking down on me, a little bit, not down on me like, he was taller than me, so he had to look down. But
right.
It was interesting. I mean, and I just thought, it's Gene. I like Gene. I just always been a fan, and he was actually very friendly at the very end. He was just very cordial and very friendly. But we had a pretty good talk. The first thing he said, he goes, "Robby Lochner, that's a good name. It's a rocking name." I was like, okay, cool. And then the guy I was playing with, his name was Bernie Corrigan. He goes, "Bernie Corrigan, his name sucks." That's what I meant. So I should say, he was just very opinionated, he'll tell you exactly what he's thinking. He didn't care. And I was going, why does Bernie Corrigan suck? He goes, I don't know. Why does Agnes suck? Like Bernie. And I go, well, Corrigan is kind of like, he goes, yeah, there's already a Corrigan. I go, name recognition, like Billy Corgan, but his is Corrigan or whatever.
Right.
Corrigan. So But he was like straight up, just straight telling me how it was. And I was like, oh, okay. And he goes, look, my name was, and he said what his name was. I don't remember what his name was. He goes, I changed my name. And I was going, okay. I mean, you know, I get it. But
yeah, I'm with Dana. I've never been a huge Kiss fan. I have seen them in concert a few times, and because it's Kiss, you go see them. But yeah, I never was a huge Kiss fan. But it'd be cool, man. Gene's a legend. He's an icon, and of course has had his hand in so many different bands and so many different people.
Yeah.
That got awkward for a moment. I should probably rephrase that.
I met Ace Frehley too, but that was a little different. It wasn't very intellectual conversation. It was just pretty surface, chatty, little sort of thing. But Gene was like, we actually really kind of talked, and by the end of it, he was like, well, you know, got really nice and said, good luck with your career. I forget exactly what he said, but I thought that was pretty cool. And that's
a cool night, man.
Then I was a big Kiss fan. I mean, from Kiss to Hotter Than Hell to Dressed to Kill. And Dressed to Kill is probably my favorite record. And then they did Detroit Rock City, Rock and Roll Over, and Love Gun. Those first 6 and those first 2 live records were just, to me, the bomb. After that, I started kind of not following them so much anymore. They had some good songs and stuff, but it was that first part of their career that was just super cool. And I did see them at that time too. I saw the Detroit Rock City tour, and they just seemed intense, you know.
Is that where you were down in the front row?
Yes.
Being smashed as a little dude hanging on for dear life to the gate?
I hung on to that. They had like a barricade, a wall, and I hung on there. And as long as I hung on there, I was safe. If I fell off of that, I'd probably have been trampled. But I hang on there the whole show. Didn't let go.
Badass, brother.
He was breathing fire. I could feel the fire being breathed above me, and he's spitting blood. I'd turn a duck on that one, but
right.
It was pretty cool, I thought.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I got to see him not too long ago. They did a concert with Def Leppard, where Def Leppard opened up for him, and it was decent. I was really kind of disappointed on Def Leppard, man, because I saw them back in the day, and they were like an electric, just intense rock show. They brought it, and they came out, and it was almost like unplugged version. And I don't know if it was a deal between them and Kiss on not overdoing the title or whatever the case may be, but they just had a plain ass backdrop that said Def Leppard, and they got up there and there was like no energy at all to the music.
That's weird.
And then Kiss came out, you know, and shattered everybody's brains, but it was like,
that's weird. I mean, I saw them in Irvine Meadows in the 90s, and I thought they were really good. I saw Bon Jovi there. He was really good. Saw Pantera there. They were really good. I saw a bunch of bands there. And I always wanted to play Irvine Meadows. I go, man, I want to play that place, but it's gone now. So that didn't happen. But there's still the Hollywood Bowl.
Okay, yeah, you got to play the Hollywood Bowl. What was the best concert you ever went to, Matt and Robby? Go ahead, Robby. What's the best concert you've hands down ever went to?
You know, I'm gonna probably say Night Ranger. You know, I didn't go to it. I played it, opened with them. But I mean, I just thought that their shows were so good that I just was just blown away. Like, these guys are the bomb. And well, I mean, there's been a lot of really good shows. I mean, the Kiss shows were really good in the early days, and Van Halen was really good. I've seen a lot of really good shows. I mean, Def Leppard was great. Bon Jovi was great. Pantera just killed it. I just really liked Night Ranger a lot because the level of fun that they had just seemed like second to nobody. I mean, for me, it was just, they were just so good. I mean, there was so much chemistry on stage and so much fun. And it's like, these guys like each other. Sometimes you see bands and you go, do they like each other? Did you look at that guy even once in the whole set?
Yeah. For me, it's a tie, to be honest with you. My mom piped in with Garth. Yeah, Garth was a great experience. I got to take her to that.
That's amazing. Yeah.
He's a fantastic performer, and one of the most genuinely cool dudes I've ever met. But I would have to say the tie goes to Michael Jackson Victory Tour.
Oh, wow.
Or the closing of Mile High Stadium when I worked for Kid Rock, and it was Kid Rock, Metallica, and Korn. That show was intense, to say the least. But I mean, come on, Avenged Sevenfold and Disturbed was a hellacious show.
Oh yeah.
You know, a lot of the concerts I've done, I really like. I really enjoyed doing you guys with Lita Ford and yeah, I mean, yeah, wow, yeah, Michael Jackson Victory Tour. That show was over the top. I mean, yeah, the brothers out there, the Jackson 5 on stage. There's no way to compete with that, bro. That's history. That's origins kind of stuff. Motown taking effect. So
I would like to see Pink. I've seen her show on TV, and I thought it was phenomenal. And if it's that good on TV, imagine what it's like live, because you can't take a video and it just doesn't do justice to what a show is. It just doesn't.
No, and I love Pink. I'm a huge Pink supporter, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think she's amazing. I mean,
absolutely. Now, I have a problem, dude, that we've gotten so fucking politically vocal and stuff to try to separate the noise. You know what I mean? Like, somebody I would have loved to have seen last year would have been Lady Gaga. I think she's a fantastic voice. I think she's a fantastic talent, but just, you know, just keep your politics out of it.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with that's the sad part, is nobody wants to hear your politics. I mean, that's what I like about Jack. He refuses to go there. He will not go there.
Right.
He comes to our shows to hear me talk about politics.
Right.
And people don't. It's like they don't want to know. They got their own minds, their own opinions. Does it really change somebody's mind if you get up there and blast some line of BS that you heard on CNN or wherever it is? I mean, no. You know, you just you can talk to people privately if you want, but I mean, to put it out there, who cares? Who cares? You're a musician. You got your opinion. Your vote counts as one vote.
That's it. You don't have any more clout than we do. So my dad popped in, said Sabbath in '76, Ozzy at his best concert ever. So I'm bummed. The one time I got to see Sabbath, dude, the one time, it was New Year's Eve in Denver. And it wasn't just Ozfest or whatever. It was actually Sabbath. And they came on, and I waited all night long to hear War Pigs. Oh, wow. That was the song that hooked me back when I was like 5 years old in that kind of music. And they got up, and MTV was shooting their, you know, the midnight, you know, celebration, whatever, on MTV Live to do the New Year's, enter into the New Year's. And at like 11:57, they started War Pigs. And then they cut to go live. And they did the whole celebration, showed the crowd, and Ozzy saying, Happy fucking New Year, blah, blah, blah. And then they came back. It was okay, go back to the concert. And they never went back to War Pigs. I never got to hear it. Bummed me out.
Wow.
Bummed me out. I'd love to see Eric Clapton, of course. Oh, yeah, who wouldn't? Just be in the room with Eric Clapton. The man's a genius. A genius. Wouldn't you agree, Robby?
Genius. He's a genius. He is.
He is.
Oh,
yeah, it was a bummer. Yeah. All right, so let's talk. Who's your biggest influences today?
Huh?
Who is your biggest influences in today's music?
Oh, in today's music?
In today's music.
I can't say that I'm really super up on it, because I don't teach as much as I used to. When I was teaching a lot, I would always get a lot of the latest, greatest. Kids would bring in whatever. And then, though, actually, in recent times, kids were bringing in 70s and 80s music. They stopped bringing in, you know, the latest, greatest.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it's just, for me, I can't really say anybody, but I mean, I'll hear stuff and go, oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, I've heard some stuff and went, I like that, you know.
Quick answer here.
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
No, bro, no. Cody Bloom. Drake, are you located in San Angelo, Texas? I am located in San Angelo, Texas. I'll be visiting the son, U.S. Marine at Goodfellow Air Force Base, which is literally 5 minutes away from my house. It would be an honor to meet you, brother. Absolutely, brother. Would love to meet you. I will have production send you a side message with my contact information. You can come meet me at the station or wherever, and we'll hang out. It'd be cool. Can you do that? Thank you. Greta Von Fleet. I'll tell you what, Chad, you're right on point with that, dude. This kid, unbelievable voice. No, I think it's unfair because yes, they are very Led Zeppelin-esque. It makes you feel like Led Zeppelin did. The songs, the sound, the voice. But man, this dude is freaking on point with his lyrics. Even the songwriting is badass, man. I would love to meet you too, Kim. Absolutely. Let's make that happen sooner than later. I need a vacation. Let's go for a drive. I got a big motorhome. Let's hit the road. What do you think of Greta Von Fleet?
I like some of their stuff. I mean, it is definitely heavily influenced by Zeppelin. I think, the fact that I saw an interview and they're like, oh, did the whole not really influenced by Zeppelin, influenced by Steven Tyler thing was kind of like, that's a slight. It's like, come on. You can't tell me you're not influenced by Zeppelin. Come on now. I mean, how could you do that? You should just say, hey, man, own it.
Do you enjoy playing Zeppelin when you guys cover it?
Sure. Absolutely.
I mean, who wouldn't, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a blast. Some of them are more fun than others because some of them are sleepy,
Yeah.
And then some
they
of them
sneak up on you.
Yeah.
What about the band Ghost? Have you heard of Ghost, Robbie?
I've heard the name, but no, I don't know who it is. I haven't heard them. Can't say that I've heard them. Everyone is influenced by someone. That is absolutely the truth. Of course they are. You can't not be influenced.
What Zepp song do you like doing the most, Robbie?
I like doing Immigrant Song. It's high energy. I like that one a lot because it's just, high energy.
What about Black Dog?
That's pretty cool. It's not as high energy as Immigrant. It's just like bulldozing.
Who wouldn't enjoy Zepp if Jack was singing, right? Jack can sing some freaking Zeppelin, man. There ain't no doubt about that.
It's funny because that Heartbreaker solo, if going back in my history, I did that in a guitar competition once, many, many years ago. I was like 16. And I was actually, these guys had a guitar competition in the middle of the desert. And I'd heard about it that afternoon and people were talking about it. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to go. And then I was like, oh, okay, we'll go. Then I think they were charging $2 to get in, and we didn't have $2 to get in. And it was me and my friend that was playing bass with me at the time, and another good buddy of mine, and my girlfriend at the time, and her friend, and this kid we called Booger. And we drove out in Booger's truck. He had a camper shell in the back, and we went out into the desert and we parked on the dirt road long before they were charging and stuff, and walked out. I had Booger's Ibanez Iceman, carrying that through the desert, and I was barefooted. Walking barefoot through the desert. I think about that now and go, that is just crazy. I can't believe I did that. I walked barefoot through the desert, no big deal. Walk all the way over there, and we get to where there's a big opening, and there's the party and stuff. And then they were just getting ready to start the guitar competition, and they had this long line of people. And I got in line, and I was right towards the back, and we're getting up, and I'm watching one after another, and it was on the back of a flatbed truck. And there's this kid. He was like about 4 or 5 years older, man. His name was Danny Hill. And Danny Hill, there might be people who remember him. Danny Hill was trying to bribe me because the competition was to win $25. And he said he had a gram of hash, which was $15. He was going to give me the gram of hash if I let him use my guitar. And I was like, dude, just use a guitar. I don't want your gram of hash. But in his mind, he's thinking he's going to lose $15 but gain 10. So he played right before me, and then when I came up, I got up and I started playing, and it was weird at first. It was like you could hear a pin drop, and I started with the Heartbreaker solo, the Led Zeppelin thing, and then I went into doing like a little bit of Van Halen or whatever, and then And then the place got so loud you couldn't even hear me anymore. It just drowned out the amp. And then I was just kind of like, whatever. I ended up winning it though. So it's funny because then we walked out the front and all my friends were like, yeah, he won. And I'm like, $25.
I'm in the bigs.
I made
so check this out, dude. Chad says they were supposed to see Night Ranger August 6th in Colorado at the Larimer County Fair, and they were going to have a band called the Gypsy Queens. Now, why this comment stuck out to me, and he says the Gypsy Queens came out for a sound check, and let me tell you, they ripped through a few opening songs and their hits, and look out for these guys. They are young and excellent. So my business partner in doing concerts and the golf course is Patrick Quain from the State Line Band, and this is a band that he has been just bragging about, this Gypsy Queens band, saying that we need to put them on stage. Of course, we're doing a big show in March, and we want to put them on stage as part of this show. So, Chad, if that happens, man, you got to come down here, brother, because I've heard nothing but Gypsy Queens, Gypsy Queens, Gypsy Queens, Gypsy Queens for like 2 months now. And I got to check them out, I guess. I'm going to have to check them out now that Chad said so. Guys named Booger always have a truck or a van.
That's right.
Always. Yes, they do. Alice in Deep Purple. Alice, who is behind me? Matt, who is behind you? Brandon, come here. Come make a cameo. Come on up.
No, I'm good.
Yes, come on up. That's my son, Brandon, who's back home. He was in the Army for a few years. Now he's back home living with mom and dad and working for us out at the golf course. So that's who's behind me, Kim. Let's see here. How's the golf course thing going? It's going good, man. It's crazy. It's a lot of freaking hours and a lot of freaking work. And I thought, owning a golf course, I'd be able to play golf. That ain't true. No.
But you
Robby,
get to
there's
drive
a lot.
around on a golf cart. Tell me you don't get to drive around on a golf cart.
I do. They say thank you for your service, Brandon.
Thank you.
Thank you, he says. We do ride around in golf carts a lot, but it's always to go dig up a sprinkler line that's leaking, or work on greens, or work on fairways, or all that fun stuff. But I'm not gonna complain. I own a freaking golf course. How fucking bad is that? Congrats to your son. Thank you. That's just par for the course. It is par for the course. I've never. And see, that's the thing is, I love golf, but I suck at golf. I'm a fairway golfer, but it's never in my fairway. Because I slice and hook. I can't play for hell. I love chasing that little ball around the course, though, for whatever reason.
Like chasing those balls around.
Rafa, we don't speak of the other GW band here. Bad on you. No, just playing.
Who drums for the other GW band?
I don't know. Audie, this.
Oh, there must have been something in the comment there.
Desbro.
Oh, okay.
Henrik had a great voice. I've never played golf, but I want to have neuropathy, but I want to play. So, you know what? So, all right. Well, let's talk about that. You have neuropathy, right? I've got a host of situations that I deal with, from fiber to RA to all kinds of things. But I'll tell you what, man, you've got to, and you already know this, you've got to attack your shit head on and not allow it to beat you, and get out and do what you want to do and bite through the towel or bite the leather and make it happen, because that's the only way we're going to continue to live forward. Drake, you need Diesel Bros to make you a custom cart. I do. I need Diesel Bros kind of money, though, and that ain't happening right now. Robby took all my money. Vanilla iced tea. Did you see your name?
I saw it.
And I'm an Elvis wannabe, apparently.
Clearly.
Why? Because I have some chops? Is that what it is?
No, because you don't have chops. You're wanting to be.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we had a question earlier out there. When the hell are you and Drake going to do your song together? But, we can't get Robby to sign on to that.
I don't know about that. We got to have a song. I told you what you got to do.
Well, hey, I'm not the only one that has to work on that if it's our song, right?
Well, yeah, but we got to get a start somewhere.
Yeah, well, that's both of us to get a start. Everybody wants to hear you play something.
I don't actually have an amp in here. Everything is in the computer. I mean, I do have an amp in here. I got a bunch of amps in here, but the speakers are in the other room and they're not plugged in because I'm not tracking with that. Right now I track with, I guess I can show you if you look down here. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm losing stuff with the Kemper because it's fast for me to put together templates and stuff. So I use that. But I mean, you can't. Now you can see I'm wearing sweats. you wouldn't be able to hear this. Can you hear it at all? No.
A little bit, yeah.
It needs an amp. I don't keep my little practice amps in here because there's no need for them in here.
Is that an acoustic up there behind you on the right side?
No.
Okay. Maybe it just looks capitalized this way.
This thing here?
That's your, you got to show him that guitar, brother. That's a badass guitar.
That's a William guitar.
I like checking it out when I'm there.
Yeah, he carved it and stuff. It had this thing going across the chain, but it broke, so it's just hanging there. But it's pretty interesting.
That is badass.
Yeah, I mean, I'll use it in recording. I mean, depends on what I'm tracking. That I'll go through and try and find the right guitar. When I'm actually doing stuff for real, I'll go through and find the right one for the part.
Right.
You're thinking which one's an acoustic? It's the Les Paul, not this black one here, right?
No, I thought the one hanging up on your right, it almost looks like a Fender acoustic, but
no, that's a Telly.
The angle. It's a Telly. Yeah, I've got a couple of acoustics behind me, but I can't pass it through the screen for you. All right, well, shall we bounce out, folks? It's been an hour. Yeah. It's been a good show. It's been fun, even though we got fucking ghosted by a has-been.
Yeah, get ghosted.
Pisses me off.
Hey, you know, if you see one of his singles, which I doubt you will, but if you see one come across your desk, what are you going to do? You're not going to listen to it? You're not going to play it? Come on.
No, I scratch the backs of those who scratch me, man.
I tell you what, damn straight.
Right? It's the way it works, brother. You take care of me, I take care of you. They remind me of ACDs.
I see Lisa Williams in there. If you're still there, Lisa, we got to talk to you about Liliac. You gotta.
Yeah, because so let's talk about it real quick right here on here. So I had this jackass that was handling our website and all that for the Hangout Live and our email and everything that way, and he ended up turning out to be just a punk and canceled our shit on us. So my email accounts went away. So we're having a new company now rebuild it all. And so we need to get that happening. So if Liliac tried to reach out, they would have been reaching out to Nowhere Land.
Yeah, so we need to re-hook that up in case they did. What Wendy, who passed away? Who's Wendy talking about passed away?
Who passed away, Wendy? Jessica was late. What happened to the guest? Oh, he's a chump and he didn't show up.
Ghosted.
Who passed away, Wendy? She passed away. Who's he talking about? I don't see in there in the thread anybody talking about anybody that would make sense to that comment.
Yeah. Oh, what? Our sister.
Practicing. Well, there's a, yeah. Interesting. Unplugged series live on Facebook Live. That's funny.
Right. Hell yeah. Well, for whoever it was that passed away, our sincere condolences. Very sorry to hear that. Hey, Matt, you need health in the maintenance department at the golf course. Give me a reason to move to warm weather. Brother, just keep your ears on, brother. That might happen to happen. All right. Well, we'll keep rocking, like Chad says, and we'll see you next week. And we'll be back with a new guest next week, and hopefully they follow through, which they always usually do.
He's the first one. He is the first one. Even John Waite, right? John Waite was there. We had talking to him.
Yeah, John was here. He just couldn't get his audio to work.
Yeah.
I will say that I have been talking with Jody Best from Best Bet Promotions, who handles John Waite, and John's on the road right now and is going to do the show. We just need to make it a night where he has decent internet connection to make the show happen. So he is on a bus. Apparently he is traveling by bus. So we're trying to figure those particulars out, but we will have John joining us back on the show here very soon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because we love John. John's a great guy, y'all. Speaking of great guys, I missed a call from our brother Luis Maldonado.
Oh, Luis, yeah.
Yeah, so Luis obviously out playing with Foreigner.
Yeah, maybe we should get him back on. He was our
I think we should.
guest. He's got a lot to talk about that catch up on for sure.
Yeah, he left the band Train and joined Foreigner out of a calling that he just wanted to go back to his rock and roll roots and reconnect with the music that he loves. So I think we should have him back on. It'd be a great deal. All right, let's peace out. Until next week, we love you. We'll see you then.